There's your warning. All right, 6 o'clock. I would like to call the meeting to order. You all stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. The approval of the agenda. Gentlemen,
I'll approve it. The agenda.
have a second?
Second it.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none. Agenda is passed. Excuse me. All items on the consent agenda will be passed as one council motion unless there is something someone would like to pull off. And with that, I'm going to remove item P from the consent. So far. Anything else to remove? Then I would need a motion to approve the agenda, the consent agenda, excluding item P.
I approve consent agenda minus item P.
One second.
Yeah, second it.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Then it's going to be up to you to pass item P.
You're not gonna be able to do that because you can't abstain on something with a quorum. You don't have a choice.
So it's going to sit.
It'll have to, if it's gonna pull out, you can't approve it. Max, you'll have to pull it out for
Well,
July.
we'll move it.
So
So
it'll be
we'll
tabled.
table item P.
Can they still be hired or?
Yes, it's just your final approvals. Yeah, the department has already hired them. So it'll be tabled until July for your final approval.
Very
Do
good.
a quorum. In case any of the rest of your counselors ask next month why it's
And
out.
that's one of those things that.
So important to get all you guys here.
All right, moving on. Forum.
There's nobody here everybody here is on the talk.
Everybody here has something to talk about.
Staff or somebody that's on the agenda.
Well, let's move right into Public Works.
I don't really have much for you guys. I talked to Acme the other day about our trailer. We're hoping that that'll be built and delivered to us sometime late this month or early portion of next month. We got our irrigators up and running for the year, so those are going out there. Other than that, pretty much same old, same old. Anything from any of you guys for me?
Where's the trailer coming from again?
Texas. Yep, gets built down there and then it'll make its way up to us eventually. We got lucky and they got it in on the build sheet time instead of doing one of their standards that they would sell. We were able to just barely slide in and they bumped one of those out to get ours in. So we're kind of just at their mercy. It'll get here eventually.
Have you had any time, Mike, to crunch any numbers on your golf course project idea?
I don't have anything substantial for you right now.
Okay.
I can have it together a bit more for the work
Session,
session.
work session?
Yeah.
That'd be great. Just so you know, cemetery did look very nice for Memorial Day.
Yeah, we tried to get it mowed as close to we could, you know, I mean, with that
It's
many
a-
days in between. Got it out there, got the standards up and the flags out and everything, so.
Yeah, I got lots of compliments.
Good.
Good. There's nothing else for Mike?
I brought this up to Christina and maybe Mac or something. We were down at that park down here one day. And did some wood chips get put in that, by the slides and stuff?
The playground at the Bayside
Have we
West is
put
ready.
anything, we haven't put anything in this year, no.
Oh.
I actually have a plan. I have to make sure the budget is going to allow it. I'd like to switch that over to the rubberized chips. They look like a wood chip, but they're more rubber. They're, I don't know how you want to call it, eco-friendly or ADA compliant, all that. But I have to order it by the semi-load, which is obviously going to be probably too much for just that spot, but some will go out to Pine Tree Park too. So it just all has to be balanced, timed right on getting everything done all at once. So at some point, there'll be some coming.
We were down there, about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks ago, and it was pretty muddy down in there. When you go down the slides and everything, and you come out of it, kids come out of there.
I would assume you were there right after it rained the one
Yeah.
day in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was,
It was shortly after council.
Yeah, it was right after the work session or
Sure.
whatever. And I mean, and then I came up here and asked Christina about it. Who maintains that or whatever. So,
Yeah, no, I know that we need to change it all out. It's just a matter of timing and funding and everything. So at some point, there will be a whole different setup around there.
Yeah, because you have to remove everything, including the fence, in order to just put it in, I'm assuming.
Yes and no, the easiest way is to pull the fence out, especially since we would like to restain that fence anyways. So yeah, there's, like I said, there's a lot of timing things and you know how late spring going into Memorial Day goes and everything. There's 10 million things going on. So yes, to answer your question, at some point, there will be more product in there.
Are wood chips ADA compliant?
certain ones are.
Yeah, you, like Nick said, certain ones.
Okay, I was, because that was not even, I would not have even thought of that. So it was.
Really, in all honesty, the Wayside Rest Park is probably not compliant, I don't think.
Okay.
Because of the fencing around it. I would have to measure that to make sure. It's really close. But then like with the Pine Tree Park playground out there, we do have some rubber matting leading from the harder grass surface to the playground itself, the slide area. Whereas down here, it's kind of iffy going in there.
Okay.
But again, it is on my radar with a multitude of other things to work on in town, so.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to throw any more.
No, I don't think that one bit. No, it's just, I've got a long laundry list of stuff I've been trying to work on since I came, so it's on the list.
Thank you.
Yep.
Donna, you're up.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things going on. We've had really terrific sales last couple months. And they are going to start remodel. They'll be taking the awning down on Wednesday. And that'll gateway into other, we're still waiting from Tom. Tom is supposed to get us a updated schedule. Sent me an email today and promised again to get that out as soon as he can. So we can hopefully narrow down when, what, how it's happening. So, yeah, Been busy.
That room's all empty.
Yep.
Get shelved, ready to go. Just getting all their ducks in a row before it gets started.
Right.
And the money for the construction funding is in. I started a new fund line for that construction project itself. It's not commingled with the liquor store fund. So if you look at the fund balance in your packet, it's a specific fund that the Cross Anderson will be paid from. So we're monitoring that. When there's bills to be approved, it won't just hit her operating maintenance. It'll be out of that specific line going forward.
Big red line.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice.
Try to make it as obvious as possible for you guys.
No sweat. Nothing else? All good.
All good.
Chase?
All good.
The
I have nothing earth shattering for you guys. You got anything for me?
hires,
What's that?
your hires, anybody? Did we have budget
Oh, on your
Purchase.
part-time equipments,
part-time equipment?
Oh, what about them?
of getting them
Like
hired.
where we at with them?
Yeah, is it,
I put one on hold for training reasons and the other two equipments come in. But our county is way understaffed and they're making double time for the county. So we aren't getting it. So until they get up to staffing, it still hurts our staff. But when that part is resolved, we'll be ready to rock.
Once again, it's a hiring global issue. Doesn't matter who you talk to.
But we're doing pretty good. I mean, we have good as we can do right now. Two fulls and part-time, that we'll be able to pick up some, so that doesn't look good. Getting by.
and we do patrol the beach, right?
Yeah.
For anybody that was wondering.
Yeah, of course, no labor.
No, yeah,
We try to make a few rounds a day.
anything from Brian?
The
I'm sorry, unless you guys have something for Dice.
the SCBA's breathing apparatuses from the AFG grant were received last weekend of May. So the vendor's been paid and FEMA's been submitted for reimbursement, our portion of it. And that was approved, so that funding came out of the special equipment fund. That is in your fund balances also. That should be, there'll be an in and out minus 5%. So there'll be a difference between those two funds once I receive the FEMA money. But the department has the equipment. The only thing they're holding off, they're waiting on is for the vendor to bring up their equipment to specifically fit all the masks per volunteer. And there's a specific piece of equipment that does that. And then those will get ordered. So otherwise, the canister, the cylinders, packs are all here.
And do you know, Christina, are we still in need of volunteer?
The department will always take applications, yes. I think they're at 21 right now. There's been a few people that have retired in the last year. So they're always looking, and, you know, there's a very large gap of age between, you know, the people that have been there 20-some years versus you guys that have been there 3 to 5. So the department will always accept applications.
Something to think about. Nick.
In case you know someone,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
no.
what Max and I.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I think my wife was asking me about that.
Imagine.
But that would be the biggest thing I guess I could report to you guys. The department's always has been very cautious right now. Brian is a pretty big worry about the fire danger. We're all in right now because of the drought, and really recommends to burn nothing at all, just in case. It's like that all the way across the state. There's some pockets that are a lot worse than us. We really need the rain. So far, so good. Not gonna lie. Nothing major.
Kind of on Brian's side of things, I was thinking he was gonna be here, but I'm gonna recommend the fire department, we look at these. We picked one up for our department. These are in place of homes. They come off of here as a charging pack. They light up individually, they sync to each other, so you can make it like a beacon on your squad or on where you send. It'll light up in sequence, so they'll talk to each other. It'll take 30,000 pounds of force to break them.
You can run over.
You can run over them. You can stand them up like this and automatically switch lighting this way or have them this way, and they'll start. You stand it up and it'll automatically switch. And series, they all communicate, or you can have them in different series and stuff. So there's a lot of good uses for them. I ordered one of these for our department, but I think the department would be great for the fire department as well. So if you're bring that up, I mean, you guys have seen a little bit.
What's it called specifically?
Don't know. I honestly don't know. It's a brand new company out of California. And, all the parts, all the molds, everything is within 2-block radius of where the business is. So they just started up at every, whatever the communities are up there. They all have one, every squad up there. Search and rescue. I was thinking for search and rescue, you find a hole in the ice, you want to mark it quick, they'll run for, in the freezer, they ran for 25 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're pretty incredible. When searching, you find something you want to mark quick, just throw it down, and it'll run for days as normal.
That was made in California.
Are they real expensive or are they?
$650 for that pack. There's 10 of them.
Yeah.
So I thought it was super reasonable. And if you put them inside an orange cone, they make the whole cone start glowing and flashing. So they're a great tool. We don't have room in our squads for cones.
Cones.
So,
Yeah, I say that.
so there we go. Searching in the woods, someone runs, you want to mark it for the canine, you want to walk in there, you can just throw it where they were last seen. It starts flashing, it'll flash until the canine gets it. A lot of uses for them, but specifically for around car accidents or fire scenes, marking their hoses, just throw along their hose and it'll flash where the hoses are. So hopefully people don't run over as much. So pretty neat tool for how small it is.
It looks like you can get back further if there's an accident too.
Well, right.
More people.
And so what's nice about them is they're smart. They communicate with each other, but if they get over about 75 feet from each other, then they won't communicate, but they'll still communicate with the ones that are there. And so you get a bad accident, you go up a mile, drop 2, those will communicate with each other and do a pattern. Come up closer to the accident, put 3 or 4 down, and then at the scene you can light it up, but they're getting lots of preparation before they get to the scene of whatever it is. That's something bad, they're coming up. Pretty neat product.
Yeah,
So
75 feet is still.
Quite a ways.
That's quite.
And landing zones for helicopters, that was my other big one for us.
So it's rechargeable?
Yep, this pack itself actually is your charger, and you just plug in this cord here. Got a cord for,
Wireless kind of charging?
the magnets that hold on this pack, it charges right through them. And they automatically turn on and go to the last setting you have it on, so when I take it off, if I had it on a certain setting, I want it on for fast up, putting on for fast deploying. They're idiot proof, and I don't like, it's perfect for me. I don't like electronics that get too difficult with buttons and stuff, and there's just 2 buttons on it. Pretty simple.
Anything else? Very good. Jim?
Yes, sir.
Golf course report.
Well, we're doing the best that we can with what we've got. Trying to keep up. Hopefully, I guess we have another individual coming on board soon.
For greens. For greens,
Yeah.
yeah. We have a person that worked for us 2 years ago that's interested in coming back. She's just working for forestry. When that's done, she can come back. Just don't have an exact ETA of when that date is. But she was a great employee when we had her in 19.
Hopefully it's soon.
I know.
Right now, we're playing catch up.
Well, I was out there we had our daughter's graduation party out at the golf course. Everything, I thought the course itself looked really good. The only thing I was gonna say was if, like the front sign, you'd use a touch-up. I don't know if that's
We already, that's on the agenda.
on your agenda, yeah.
Well,
Because I know that the one kid that's out there, she wouldn't probably mind painting.
I've been in contact with Toro,
Mhm.
and don't know exactly, they're gonna be contacting me. They're sending both the field rep and the pump reps out. I don't know exactly when, hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
That's for the irrigation.
Right. They're gonna look at give me an estimate of what it's gonna cost to get rid of that clay valve and switch it over to the VRD system. It's not an expensive system, but it eliminates the clay valve. And it's a little easier on the pump, and make the pump a little more efficient all the way around. And in the meantime, we found out today we have another foot valve. We just replaced one this year. But now the other one seems to be leaking. Look a little more into that before we purchase one. And all indications are that it is leaking. And what that does is I can't leave the pumps on if I'm not, while I'm irrigating, I can leave them on, but I can't leave them on like overnight or whatever, because it bleeds it off and then the pumps kick on. Right now they're kicking on about every 7 minutes. And that's tough on the pump.
Oh, to not maintaining its pressure.
Right, it loses the pressure and the pumps have to kick back on. And I don't think it's good for anything.
Not good for the pumps or the lines, because then you get that pounding effect. Every time, if it runs low, then it refires up and it just.
Yeah, we already have that, we have a line blow. It's that problem. But yeah, it's, you gotta look at the system, it's 38 years old. And you can see that we'd be pretty darn lucky. You know, since I've been here, the amount of repairs we've had to do, the amount of major leaks we've had out in the field has been minimal. You know, we just have to stay with it. Clay valve's gotta be replaced. Person from Toro that works on clay valve is gonna retire here in a couple of years. They have absolutely no one that works on clay valves when he's gone.
So it'll be obsolete pretty much.
Well, it's obsolete now. We ran into that with the panel that controls everything in there. It took us, I can't remember, it seems to be like 3 months to find a part. to put in.
And there's only one company that makes the clay valve? The part you need?
The clay valve, most places don't even make them anymore. Clay valve was state of the art 50 years ago. I mean, that was, I can remember when I first started out, everybody had a clay valve. That was, but nowadays, you don't find it.
Other than that, course getting good use.
It's slow.
Well,
Hopefully is, the clubhouse and everything is staffed and everything is, things go along, things will pick up.
Okay.
Month of May was very slow compared, to last year. But we'll see what happens.
Compared to last year at this time?
We'll do that.
I said compared to last year at this time.
Yeah,
You gotta remember last year, so now everything was shut down other than the golf courses. Because of COVID. So. It's gonna be hard to balance.
Your revenues were up, we're only at 36,756 last year through May. And to date, they're at 43,596, and that doesn't include any transfers from the liquor store.
but that's also the memberships of the increase.
Exactly. So I don't consider that slow. Do you?
Well, counted the rounds of play.
Sure. Valid point.
And that's what I go by.
If you count it as rounds of play and walk-on traffic, yes.
Yeah.
But you are right. Membership is up, which
Oh,
is a
yeah.
benefit. Yeah.
Which is a benefit.
even on, last year we had more walk-ons. This year, all of a sudden the memberships are up.
Sure.
So people that just walked on last year decided it was a good idea to buy a membership this year.
Yeah, we're almost to 60 members.
Yeah, we couldn't do anything last year, so let's go play golf. I mean,
Anything else for us, Jim? Or Pam, have anything?
Pam's out there training
Okay.
a new employee at this point. So she's working on
They got the
tournaments.
league tonight. First night for league.
Yep.
Okay. I know Kelly's not here, but did they meet?
Nope. I believe that will be next
I think you're right.
week.
Yeah, it's next.
It's usually the week right before the kitchen meeting,
Okay.
and a week right after the first.
Keep us posted, Nick.
I will.
All right. So that concludes the department heads. Christina, what do you have for the company?
I don't have a whole lot. I have your revised annual appointments and designations resolution that was worked out on the work session that you'll want to move and pass tonight.
Very good. Why don't we do that right away?
All the changes are highlighted in yellow. For those of you
Yeah.
looking.
Right. Keep putting Dawn on stuff.
I don't see enough yellow on there.
We still have a golf member, open space for the golf board. Because Lorraine Shazer and her husband are moving to Tennessee. So I've got that open at this point. Typically, that board's got 2 members on it. We try to balance it between the men members and the women members. So I haven't had anybody speak to me about that position yet, and I don't know if the ladies The ladies knew that Lorraine was leaving, but I don't know if anybody else.
Okay, I need a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 2021-01. We revised resolution for annual appointments of designations for 2021.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, second that.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion on it? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And that passes.
And then I'm gonna turn it over to Tara. She's here
Hi,
on
Tara.
behalf of the track club.
My name's Tara Erickson. This is my son Aiden. This year, they were able to do track in the full league, full capacity. Last year it was a condensed type league, but the year before, we also made nationals. And this year, they made nationals again. So they are asking for $525 to cover the registration fees for their individual registrations. Aiden, as part of the team, there's 5 people on the team, and he also made it as an individual. So if you have any questions, I'll let you ask him. We've been there once before too.
Joe, who's, what coach is going with? Is it
Yes, Morris is going to.
Morris?
I'll be there.
Max, I believe the city donated. I think they sponsored a couple of people
Mhm.
last year. I believe it was last year. Not just one. Just for memory's sake.
I'm trying to think of how much it was. It just seems like it was this low.
I want to say it was $1,000, or it was sponsored at least two athletes that I recall.
And it's, how much is it for each person?
$525 this year. Well, that's your
think
projected,
that's-
that's your registration fee.
Yeah,
That's for the team. Yes, no? or-
for the team, yep.
Team
No.
registration fees is
$425.
$425, your
Yeah,
individuals.
$525.
So each athlete needs $525 to go to be registered, correct?
I don't think
Or is
so.
that the total?
I think that's for
Oh.
5 of them.
Never mind. I still think the city.
Well, yeah, they'll take anything.
I know they will. I'm just
Just
trying,
take anything.
I'm trying to help them remember.
I mean,
I'm sure you're right.
the liquor rent fund can only be used for certain things. So, and this is one of those things that we'd be happy to do. Want to make a motion?
I motion to give money for it, yeah.
How much? Nick,
I love it. I
$25.
like that kids are still into it. And I wish it
We
could grow
have-
even more.
Tag on it.
I think there was 30 kids this year.
In the team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all together.
That's awesome.
And next week, they're all going to Alexandra. We have that one.
So that's like the minimum you need is 525, or that's all?
Well, if I
Our
may,
total is
71 to 70 is what their projected expenses are, and if you look below at the bottom of their addendum, it says 246, 6525 is what they're asking for in donations, so that won't meet their projected expenses if they only get what they're asking for.
Just a little bit about it too. In order to qualify for nationals, they need an average of 21 out of 25. So these five, that made it, worked pretty hard this year.
Yeah, that's hard to get.
Yeah, it is.
I'm lucky if I
Even
can get
though
12.
you shoot.
I'm lucky if I can get 13. I take it.
I wouldn't be able to get any, but-
Yeah, it's not easy.
How can we cover the rest to make it?
Put whatever amount you want to put on there to.
30 grand?
Well, there's not enough in the fund.
You can put it on there, Nick.
Come on now.
Whether or not we're gonna get anywhere with it is another thing.
Just so they can go and they don't have to try to get any more.
I'd say 1,000.
Well,
You're figuring
if,
something.
if the Relief, Upper Red Lake Association and the Grand Rapids Hockey get what the Trap Club is asking, that's 6,000. So if the city wanted to make up the difference of their projected, it would be 1,170. That's just
There's your
a
motion.
suggestion.
A motion to approve 1170 for the trap team.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? And just to clarify, it would be for $1,170.
Oh,
Yeah, not $11.70.
Zero.
Wouldn't put a decimal point in there. I knew what you were asking.
Any further discussion? Congratulations
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
and good luck. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, passes.
Thank you guys for coming. I don't have a whole lot more except for some dates to share with the council.
We love dates.
I know you guys do. I just led you with them. June 9th, after tomorrow, is the next development core meeting here at City Hall at 11 a.m. With Sheldon still being out
I will be there,
in attendance, Max. Okay.
11 a.m.
Next week is my annual Clerks Conference. I will be here part of the day on Monday and part of the day on Friday, and then the rest of it will be in St. Cloud, but I'll be accessible.
Was this, did they have that last year?
They did not.
It was a
No.
virtual thing even?
It
or-
wasn't even that. It normally is held in March. It was canceled due to COVID. And the Institute for the new clerks is normally held the first week of May. That wasn't done either, so there hasn't been a clerks conference in 2 years. So this, and with the state regulations opening up, the limitations of how many can register are actually bigger now, which is good because there's some clerks that need to have continuing education credits every year in order to keep their license because they're classified as a different type of clerk in some counties. I'm lucky not to have that, but the education is very good, so I'll be gone that week. Paige will be here.
Okay.
June 21st is what I've scheduled for your work session. 2 weeks from tonight at 6 o'clock. The 23rd at 2 p.m. will be the planning commission meeting. That would have normally been a week prior, but I postponed it due to my absence to conference. July 5th is a Monday. That will be Independence Day observed, so city offices will be closed. And then July 6th, which is a Tuesday, that'll be your first Tuesday, your council meeting. So enjoy your long weekend and then come back for the next day.
And we have the chamber.
Yep, I put that down on good things happening. That's on the 16th. And that's supposed to be held at the pond. Probably should be fine.
Oh, yeah, we'll be fine.
It'll be fine. And I put a plethora of employee anniversaries. Mike is going to be celebrating 3 years.
A long 3 years.
Yep, because you got to work with me. Terry Frenzel in our fire department is his 21st year. And Natasha Carlson is at her 5-year mark at the store. I hope I didn't forget anybody. Tendency to do that every now and then. So unless anybody else has anything else for me, that's all I have this this month for you guys.
Chamber.
Hmm.
What else meets that? Wasn't there supposed to be something else that goes on?
Typically, the same day the chamber meets is when the planning commission meets.
Oh, okay, so we just moved.
I just moved planning a week
Gotcha.
down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing for the ambulances or anything else?
That's all I got, unless you, mayor and your council member.
So you guys got something?
Reports, questions, concerns.
I move we adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Stand adjourned. 6:40.
Shortest one in a long time.